Aloha, my YouTube friends and familia across the globe. Lotus Dawn here with Blossom with Lotus True the Stars, Sidereal Astrology. I give you the most up-to-date information about what is happening in the actual sky. And right now, we have this profound activation of the millionaire planet, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, opportunity, wealth, abundance, prosperity coming to you live, being activated by Mars. So let's look at the chart of the day. Let's look at the actual sky. Right now, both Jupiter and Mars, aloha, are in the constellation of Taurus. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the actual sky. I like to use Stellarium. I highly recommend it. It gives us so much great information about what's happening in the sky. So here we have the constellation of Taurus. So what is Taurus energy? Taurus is the earth. Taurus is all the green, lush, growing things, and it relates to stability, practicality, security. It is the material earthen universe. I always call Taurus the master builder. And as you can see here, Mars is very close to the third eye of the constellation of Taurus, Aldebaran, which I will get into a little bit later here, as well as very close to the Pleiades. Okay, so we have this huge wealth portal opening up right now. And so my partner, who is a master energy clearing practitioner, as well as I also do energy work, we are going to be co-leading and facilitating a wealth clearing call this coming Sunday, August 4th, at the time of the new moon. So if you want to jump on that with us, it's going to be a private event. It'll be very powerful. You can send me a message or a comment below, and I will get you that link. Otherwise, oh my goodness, this energy, Jupiter being at the crown of the constellation of Taurus, Mars being near one of the horns. Mars is the energy of action. It's the energy of activation. It is the energy of energy. So Mars energizes everything that it comes into contact with. So Mars energizing what is known as the millionaire planet means that we have this incredible opportunity for what? For wealth, for abundance. Since it's Jupiter, we need to think about, well, what is Mars activating Jupiter? What would that mean? What could that bring up for us, right? And so Jupiter is the great energy of the energy of expansion. It's the energy of the guru. I always call Jupiter the cosmic Santa Claus. Okay, and the reason I do this is because Jupiter is all about giving gifts. It's about being a benefactor, right? So what are some examples of a great benefactor? Well, you can think about Andrew Carnegie, who was very wealthy, very successful. That's Jupiter energy. And he took his wealth and he fed it into the libraries, right? He built all these libraries across the US. He's created the public library system, right? Amazing, absolutely amazing. And so Jupiter is this great benefactor, like the cosmic Santa Claus, giving out gifts, giving out abundance, giving out treasures and blessings and presents. And so when Jupiter, the guru, the benefactor, is in Taurus, Taurus is earth. Taurus is material. Taurus is everything you can see, feel, sense. It is so much about what is earthen, what is rooted, what is foundational. Okay, so Jupiter can be the expansion of our deepest desires for security, for consistency, for stability, for wealth, for material wealth, for being physically solvent, right? Being able to care for oneself, being able to pay all the bills, being able to build the foundation for wealth. And so the fact that this Jupiter-Mars conjunction is going to be coming live at the new moon, and the new moon is the most powerful time for setting our intentions. This aspect makes this time very powerful, very potent for setting intentions around wealth, around creating wealth, and around creating what it is that you want to have in your life. So I'm going to share screen now with the chart of the day and just show you this activation. Okay. And so here we have so many planets in Taurus right now. We have Jupiter, we have Mars. And what's interesting is that today, for all of us in the Northern Hemisphere, Jupiter and Mars are under the horizon line. And so all the planets that are under the horizon line represent energies that are in the unconscious. Okay, so this wealth building, this expansion, these opportunities, they could be underground, right? We might not be seeing them concretely or directly yet. However, they're building up. They are building up. Wow. And so as Mars approaches Jupiter, right now Mars is at 16 degrees of Taurus and is moving towards Jupiter, a full conjunction, which will be happening by the 20th of August. We are moving forwards into activating, energizing this potential powerful expansion of opportunity with a benefactor. So that could mean having a wealthy person enter your life. Mars is masculine, so there's a good chance that this wealthy person will be masculine. Jupiter is also masculine, can be the father figure, can also be a guru, a mentor, or a guide. And so having Mars and Jupiter together as we approach the new moon on August 4th, Sunday, August 4th, could mean these really amazing opportunities for wealth and abundance are coming our way. Okay, so I thought I would just go through here and talk about if you have Taurus rising or moon in Taurus, go through each of the rising signs and tell you what this Jupiter conjunct Mars may mean for you. So if you have Aries rising or Aries moon, that is going to put this Jupiter Mars conjunction in your first house of identity and self. I'm sorry, it's going to put Jupiter and Mars in your second house. I'm going to bring out this chart. It helps me think better about the layout. Okay, so if you have Aries rising, that is going to put Aries, here's Aries, on the cusp of your first house. So that'd be Aries rising, which will put this Mars conjunct Jupiter in your second house, which means that this coming new moon, the money aspect is going to be huge for you. You are going to be having incredible opportunities for wealth and abundance. The only challenge here is that you may end up spending more money than you're necessarily receiving because Mars is action. So where we have Mars with Jupiter, it's in your money house, the second house, it may cause a lot of money spending. So just be aware of that. Be conscious, watch your spending. Okay, but it could also mean a lot of great opportunities of wealth and abundance are going to come in for you. Okay, now if you have Taurus rising, here's Taurus here, that's going to put Taurus on your first house, and Taurus rising is going to mean Jupiter and Mars in your first house is going to mean that your identity, the first house is the house of identity, is going to be activated. You might be receiving opportunities just by being you, abundance. You might be receiving benefactors coming into your life, just meeting them. You might be the benefactor for others. This is big energy that encourages you to expand into the greatness of who you are. You might find that when you enter a room, you're lighting up the whole room. You're bringing this illumination because Jupiter is the biggest planet in the sky. With Mars is a lot of energy. So when you walk in a room, you are lighting that room up. Now, if you have Gemini rising, that's Gemini there. So we'd move Gemini over to where it says ascendant. So if you had Gemini rising, that's going to put this Mars conjunct Jupiter at this time of the new moon in your 12th house. That's the house of meditation. It's the house of far foreign travel. You might be traveling really far if you have Gemini or moon in Gemini rising. And so you may find yourself traveling far. It's also the house of meditation and self-reflection. So you might find yourself going more internal. It could expand your connection to God. It could expand if you do channeling work. If you're psychic, it might be supporting you and expanding your ability to tune in to your higher self, to your purpose. Okay. If you have Cancer rising, here's Cancer here, that will move over to the ascendant. So if you have Cancer rising or moon in Cancer, that's going to move Cancer over to your first house ascendant. So that's going to put Taurus up here in your 11th house. 11th house is the house of society. It's the house of the world. It's the house of the community. And so putting this Jupiter expansion in Taurus, material reality, Mars, action, energy in the 11th house means you might go out into your community. You might meet a very powerful, wealthy, masculine benefactor who might really support and assist you, who is a community member. You might go out into the community and be an incredible benefactor for the world. Okay, so this is a really powerful placement if you have Cancer rising or moon in Cancer with this coming Jupiter conjunct Mars aspect. It's already starting to percolate. It's already starting to attract in abundance. It's already starting to attract in miracles and abundance. Very, very powerful action energy. Now, if you have Leo rising, right, that is going to put, let's see, Leo on your ascendant. So Leo on the ascendant would then be Cancer, Gemini. So that's going to put Taurus on your 10th house, the 10th house of career. So you're going to have this 10th house activated. So that could bring in business opportunities. That could bring in career opportunities. It could bring in a benefactor for you in your career. Could bring in energy for you to take action to expand your career life. It's powerful. This is a good time to go out there if you have Leo rising or moon in Leo, putting that Jupiter Mars conjunction in that 10th house of your highest purpose, who you are, why you're here. This is powerful. This is so powerful. This is a powerful time. Now, if you have Virgo rising, it's going to put Taurus in your 9th house. Taurus in the 9th house, this Jupiter conjunct Mars in the 9th house. 9th house is the house of travel. It's the house of the father. It's the house of the guru. It's the house of higher learning. You might find yourself going on an amazing trip. You might find yourself going on an amazing journey. It's also the energy of higher learning. You might find yourself learning new information, or it's the house of teaching. So if you're a teacher, you might find yourself suddenly beginning this teaching journey and really going out there in a big way. Okay, really powerful. If you have Libra rising, this is going to put the Jupiter Mars conjunction, which is really just wealth activation, wealth energy. It's prosperity energy. It's the millionaire planet. It's abundance. It's also benefactors, people coming into your life who support you, people coming into your life who have so much to share with you. Okay, so that's going to put that in your 8th house. 8th house is the house of transformation. It's the house of intimacy and sex and rebirth and initiation. Jupiter can be higher learning. So maybe you've been studying, maybe you've been learning things. Maybe you have some really deep gifts or awarenesses that you're here to share with the world. And with Jupiter and Mars there, it could bring a lot of fortune. It could bring a lot of abundance. It could bring a lot of prosperity into your life. Okay, so this is a powerful energy of transformation. Okay, now if you have Scorpio on your ascendant or moon in Scorpio, it's going to cause you to have this Jupiter and Mars in your seventh house of relationship. Okay. Ooh, and so what that can mean is that your partnerships, there might be some expansion, there might be some prosperity coming through your partner, coming through something your partner is doing. It might be an opportunity with a business partner. Now, of course, Mars can also be aggression or temper. So there could be, potentially some challenges around people being short-tempered. So be mindful of that as well. Okay, just give them some space. If you have Ophiuchus, the 13th sign rising, that is going to put Jupiter and Mars. And you can kind of see we almost have Ophiuchus rising today if you're in the United States or in this hemisphere. It's going to put Jupiter and Mars in your sixth house, which means giving you a lot of opportunities to have expansion, to have healing around your health, around your fitness, around your work. You might receive really amazing healing or gifts from a benefactor who helps you with your health. It might bring benefactors into your work. Be mindful if you have employees that Mars here with Jupiter could create some tension. One thing I've been noticing with this Mars conjunct Jupiter energy sort of all over the board is boys and men being more aggressive because Jupiter is the father energy and Mars is a masculine energy. And so I've been noticing, I was out the other day and I saw this group of boys just being very rough housing in the street and like throwing each other on the ground and like throwing their drink on the ground and then like telling the cars, yelling at the cars. And I was like, wow, that is some serious masculine energy of aggression, right? That's like that testosterone and overdrive, just seeking expression. And so we just want to be careful with our tempers right now because Jupiter can expand. And so we want to be careful and gentle with our tempers and also be mindful that maybe the masculine energy, there may be a sense of suppression that is trying to break free. Okay. And so Jupiter is wanting to help expand that masculine force, expand the prosperity, the abundance. And so maybe there's a little bit of anger or tension coming through. That's okay. Just can you let it come through? Can you let it be activated and then begin to shift? Okay, so if you've been waiting for me and you've been wondering, okay, I have Sagittarius rising, where is Jupiter and Mars going to be? So if you have Sagittarius rising, you're going to either have it in the fifth house or the sixth house. And so most of you are going to have it in the fifth house. The fifth house is creativity. The fifth house is children. Okay, so you could have some really amazing opportunities around children, around creativity, it's also romance. So Jupiter and Mars in your fifth house could mean maybe you meet someone, right? Maybe you go on a great date. If you're with someone, maybe you take the time to go on a really luxurious date. You have an amazing meal. You have some fun. You go do some kind of action activity like a hike because Mars is energy and action and Jupiter is expansion and Taurus is nature, is abundance. Maybe you build a garden, but I really recommend doing something with this energy because it's strong energy for doing this, right? It's taking action energy. Please feel free to share in the chat. What's your rising sign? Where is your moon? And that will determine where this Jupiter Mars conjunction will land in your chart. And so as I'm going through each of the houses, you're kind of getting a sense of what each house is about. So fifth house, of course, is romance and fun. Sixth house is health and healing. Seventh house is relationships. Eighth house is transformation. Ninth house is foreign travel and the father and the teacher. 10th house is career. So that brings us down to the fourth house. Okay, and so if you have Capricorn rising or moon in Capricorn, you're going to have the Jupiter-Mars conjunction in your fourth house. The fourth house is the house of the home. It's the house of the mother. It's the house of home and family. It can also be our ancestors and our DNA. And so this upcoming Jupiter-Mars conjunction is going to be activating things related to home, related to family. It could mean you get an inheritance. It could mean that you have abundance or money come through. It could mean that energies get activated for you. You receive something big that comes from your lineage. Maybe you get an upgrade on some level. Okay, so this beautiful energy. You could also watch out, maybe there's some anger with mom or some anger with family or something like that. So watch out for the anger, but it's also energy. And so energy can bring in abundance. Energy can bring in powerful opportunities and very beautiful. Now, if you have Aquarius rising or moon in Aquarius, it's going to cause this Jupiter-Mars conjunction to be in your third house. I'm sorry. Yes, the third house. And that is going to be all about communication, right? All about communication, all about networking, marketing, right? And so what that can mean is that, you want to go out there and communicate. You want to share your message. You might have expansion. You might have opportunities come through social media, right? You might be able to get out there more and people really hear your message, right? But also be mindful if you have employees or siblings, Mars here could mean a little bit of challenge with them, right? But at the same time, it could be really great opportunities. It could be abundance. It could be prosperity. It could be, you know, Jupiter is just so cool. Jupiter is just this energy of the abundant Santa Claus that's bringing in prosperity, that's bringing in blessings, that's bringing in so many great things. So many great things. So much abundance and so much prosperity. So even if there's a little bit of this like Mars action activation that could be uncomfortable or a little tense at times, it's still going to be fantastic and growth oriented. And that's why my partner and I are doing a wealth clearing call on the new moon to assist everyone to clear blocks to stepping into their wealth, to stepping into their abundance, to stepping into their greatness. Okay, very, very exciting. Okay, so if you have Pisces rising, it's going to put Pisces over here on the ascendant, Pisces, Aquarius. So it'll go Pisces, then it will go Aries and Taurus. So this will also be in the third house. And so third house communication again. You're just going to be really activating your powers of communication right now. There could be really great abundance, really great prosperity, sort of like windfalls that come through as you get out there and you share your gifts with the world and you share your message. You might find siblings or people that you work with being a little more irritable, so just give them some ample space. It is Taurus, so some things that are good to talk about would be the earth, would be nature, would be practical things like safety and security and grounding and how to build for the future, because Taurus is this very safety conscious, very security conscious energy that wants to build for the future, wants to lay down the foundation, plant the seeds to raise up what we're going to have going forwards. Okay. It's very powerful energy. So that is all of the signs I went through and laid them out for you. So leave a comment below. Was that resonant with you? Have you been feeling those activations in those areas of your life? Would you like to learn more? I do one-on-one sessions if you want to dive in deeper on your own personal chart. And I also do deep ancestral energy clearing calls where I can assist you to tune in to where the blockage is in your DNA, in a past life, in your early life, to the blocks around what you're trying to create, what you're trying to call in, so that you can be a clear channel, you can be a clear conduit, and then create freely. Sometimes there's just old stuck energy that's not vibrating in the right frequency. That's not even ours. We've been carrying it in our DNA for how many generations? Well, it is ours because we chose it, right? But we get the opportunity to clear it, which is really, really cool. You can find my offerings at blossomwithlotus.com. And if you want to join us for this wealth clearing call that we're doing, clearing blocks to creating, building, and sustaining the kind of wealth that can last a lifetime, leave a comment below and I can get you a link to join us. I am Lotus Dawn. This is Blossom with Lotus, and we tune in to the most true, accurate, to the stars astrological information, getting you the updates you need so you can plan your life accordingly for your highest and your best. So sending you ample love from the Redwood Forest, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for tomorrow's update, where we're going to keep diving into the energies as we prepare for the new moon on Sunday. New moon's going to be Cancer, Cancer. So expect some deep waters of emotions, my friends.